females cookies. We call it the P essence, large people call them cushy. We don't speak ill of the dead. We hope you won't be offended by the things that are said. Playing devil's advocate, and no one here to judge you. Express your true thoughts, you will learn how to love you. Everybody's listening, nobody's tripping. This life's too crazy, everybody's flipping. This life's so crazy. Run and tell your friends you're on the right side. There's no need to pretend. This an open forum, never done before. This a future missing. This is a no cussing. You can learn something, no bugging, no extra charge. The switchboard be buzzing. We don't really care if you're right or you're wrong. Just tune into Miss KiKi, whichever time it's on.
Hey, Miss KiKi, it's time to play. It's time to play. Devil's advocate, you say. Hey, Miss KiKi, it's PDA. It's time to play. Devil's advocate.
And we go a little something like this. Hit it!
At some point, you will be offended by something said on this show, but playing devil's advocate is meant to be a forum for open, honest, and more importantly, judgment-free dialogue. The opinions expressed here may not necessarily be those of the host or of the show in general, but we're willing to have the uncomfortable conversations so that we can heal and find solutions for our listeners and quite possibly even ourselves. Enjoy the show.
It's new Christmas Eve, so I hope you guys are having your eggnog or your warm hot apple cider, whatever it is. We have a great show lined up for you guys to get all together for Christmas, wrapping your gifts and all that other stuff. So you already heard the disclaimer for tonight, and all that stuff is out of the way. Just a little reminder to you that we are here each and every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, and 10 p.m. to you guys on the East Coast. Please be mindful that tonight is a pre-recorded show, so you will not be able to call in and give us your 2 cents, but you will be entertained and edutained nonetheless. But you are welcome to post our Facebook wall at facebook.com/playingdevilsadvocate. Send us a tweet at PDA_Miss KiKi. That's PDA_MSKIKI. And you can email us if you have something that you want to get off your chest or you want to submit an Ask PDA letter at pda.radio@gmail.com. So that's that. Gotten that out of the way. And you can actually watch this too because we're doing the video stream too. So you can go over to YouTube, our Playing Devil's Advocate channel, and watch the video or listen. Either way, it's up to you. Now, without any further ado, I need to bring in my crew. Hey, I made a rhyme. Uh-oh. I can bring in my crew that's going to ride shotgun with me tonight. First and foremost, she hails from my hometown, the Windy City. She is a fallen angel. If you don't know how or why she fell from grace and why this holiday she's getting a lump of coal in her stocking, you can know it because she coined phrases like lube is for amateurs and you better have your get out and fuck free card. So I don't need to say anything more about her, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the show, Miss Sporty, Spunky, Angel. Hey girl, what's going on?
Hey, how are you? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas! Are you going to really get a lump of coal in your stocking?
Probably not.
Probably. You don't even have a stocking, do you?
No, I'm one of Santa's bad elves. He likes me.
Well, I see that you are rocking your Santa's hat.
Yes, you see it says naughty. So
Yes. I would not expect anything less than naughty from you. All right, let's bring in the invisible one herself. Y'all know her as number 3. We call her the incredible invisible intern, and it must be Christmas Eve because she is gifting us with her presence tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show the intern with the hottest intro music in radio, number 3. What's up, girl?
Feliz Navidad.
Wow. Feliz Navidad. Y prospero año. Felicidad. Aha.
have mercy.
Yeah, I'm multilingual. I speak English, I speak Spanglish, I speak a little bit of Spanish, I speak Ebonics, I speak it all.
Yep.
Y'all
Gotta
ready?
be.
Lord.
If only they would pay me extra for speaking Ebonics.
I know.
Y'all ready? Merry Christmas. Y'all ready for tomorrow to be Christmas already?
Yes, I'm ready for it to be over.
I can't
Oh,
believe
okay,
it.
yeah.
I can't. You said, "Oh, okay, yeah." I can't believe it's Christmas already. Where did the
I
time go?
know.
It's been a quick year, I will say that.
Well, I will say this, ladies. We have a show lined up for these folks tonight so they can listen to while they are wrapping presents, cooking dinner, whatever it is that they need to do to get it together for Christmas. We are here for you. We never miss an opportunity to run our mouths. And this is going to be a little different than what we normally do because, like I said, it's not a live stream. So this is pre-recorded on some level, right?
Yeah.
So we get a chance to act like we act in our production meeting.
Uh-oh.
That should be interesting.
The gloves are off, and it's time to rock. Tonight's show is That's Not Your Job. And if you don't know what we mean by That's Not Your Job, our intern, the invisible one, came up with the concept for this show. And it's basically one of those kind of stay in your lane kind of things, but we're going to break it down a little differently for you guys in the sense that we're going to talk about what's actually dating and what separates that from being in a relationship and then, marriage and so on and so forth, right? So we'll be talking about what, as a girlfriend, you shouldn't do. And as somebody that's dating, what's not your job? And, as a wife, what, some of the things that a girlfriend shouldn't do that it's a wife's job, right? And so let me that's where we're going with this, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. And since I'm the supposed expert on this show, when it comes to relationships and all, and sex and dating and all that good stuff, I just want to let you guys know, give some clear parameters as to what's what, so that we know where we're going in this conversation. And dating, a lot of people got it twisted about what dating is. Dating is a courtship. Right? You're not in a monogamous situation or a, it's me and you, only us, what they call that? An exclusive
Me and you against the world.
arrangement. Yeah, you're not in an exclusive arrangement. It's dating. You're pretty much out there test driving vehicles. You know what I mean? You're getting to see what's out there on the market. You're shopping around. You're enjoying it. You're going out on dates. You're letting them court you, or you are doing the one that's doing the courting. You're having the phone calls. This is the fun stuff where you're getting to know people, but nothing is exclusive. And I think a lot of people, because in this society now, and I don't know if y'all agree with me now, but people don't date anymore. Do y'all agree? There used to be a time when people used to come pick you up. Y'all used to plan, they would plan the date, come pick you up, take you somewhere that they done planned out. And
no, people don't do that anymore.
That's on television.
No, it's actually been in my life lately, guys. I've actually been going on dates.
Good job.
I know, right? I've actually gone on dates. And, it's so funny because remember I posted on my wall, so apparently I got a date tonight, and everybody was blowing up my inbox like, well, let us know what happened. Let us know what happened. It went well.
Very good. Very good.
And I'll give you an idea. I'll tell you guys, for the people who ride the short bus, I'll tell them what a date was, because I'll advise them of what my date was. And it was a little unorthodox, but what do you expect from me, right?
Right.
We actually planned the date where we went and we had appetizers and things like that first. And I didn't know anything. He didn't want to tell me anything. And so he had asked some questions during conversations that kind of got a sense of where I was and what I would like. So I gave him he got a gold star for paying attention and listening. And so he took me to go get a massage. Not him, but someone else, a professional.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
I know a lot of y'all be like, oh, she come over to the spot and I can, no. That's a hookup. That's a hookup. So I went. He got a deep tissue massage, and I got a Thai massage.
Nice.
Separate rooms, the whole nine. It was just all about me having a good time and relaxing and having a good time. So I got my massage, and I was so thoroughly sleepy. And so then we went to go eat after that to have a real meal. And I had the idea because I was like, I'm so tired. I don't know what to do. I'm so tired. So this is where the unorthodox stuff comes in.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
we were talking about, during our dinner, we were talking about Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. And I said, I haven't seen the last 2 episodes, blah, blah, blah. He was like, well, I got them on DVR. I was like, let's go watch them. Let's go have a marathon of, How to Get Away with Murder and Scandal. Well, long story short, I fell asleep. I think I might
Of course
saw,
you did.
I think I may have seen like the intro to Scandal. That was all I saw. I woke up at like 9 o'clock the next morning like, what happened?
You slept all night?
I did. And he let me.
That was nice.
Yes, and then he brought me home, walked me to my door, and that was the end of my date.
That sounds so cute.
Yeah, it was, wasn't
Aww.
That was a TV date. That was a romantic comedy movie date.
it? That
That's
was
what
a
happens in the
date.
movies.
That was an actual date, ladies and gentlemen. So in
People
case
don't
you
do that anymore.
Nope.
They do it, but it's just kind of weird. But I guess, but I'm only dating one person or going out with one person. So it kind of it was an impromptu type thing. So earlier that day, me, him, and another friend of ours, we decided we were just going to go to lunch, And so we went to lunch, we went to Hooters and watched the game, and, that was cool. And he was like, well, aren't you going to your brother's birthday party? Because it was like this big extravaganza event, And I was like, you actually want to go out somewhere? And he was like, yeah, I don't have to work tomorrow. I might as well go. He said, so what time should I pick you up? I said, we're going out together? He's like, yep, let's go ahead and set the rumors on fire for real. So I was like, okay. So I went home, and he's like, be ready by the time I come to pick you up. So he picks me up. Dude had flowers in the car. I was like, you being mushy? Flowers too? I was like, well, thank you. So I put the flowers up. And then we went on to where we were going. We greeted all of our friends, fellow musician friends, and everybody like that and stuff. And, he said he walked off with my brother to go get drinks. He came back, bought me a drink, which is what I liked. I was like, well, thank you. That was very kind. He went and picked out good seats for us to sit, and so we could enjoy the concert and everything. I was like, oh, this is nice.
Wait a minute. This is a friend of yours? You went on a date with a friend of yours? Yeah, that's some bullshit. He like you. I don't know what's in between there. I don't know what's that gray area between y'all actually dating and y'all being friends kind of thing that y'all, that's some monkey junk. I'm going to have to talk about that on another show.
She said they was going to set the rumors on fire.
Don't nobody go to that extreme to set the rumor mill on fire unless they Kim Kardashian.
She even went and bought new clothes. I was like, that's a new outfit. I said, just make your regular clothes.
See,
that
was the real date. That was a date. He was checking your temperature to see if you was game for it. So I'm just letting you know. So that's dating.
Well, I need to get a life. Because I ain't been on a real date in over 8 years.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Oh, we're going to have to say. You know what? Maybe in the new year, we can do a dating hookup, so we hook her up.
Yes, I'm game. I was thinking the same thing. I already got 2 candidates. Yes, Lord Jesus.
No. What do I?
Yeah.
And I even got a candidate down there where she is. Yes, I do.
Well, you know what? Let's not go too far off the subject down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, change the subject. Moving along.
Number three. You the one who jumped out there talking about something. I need to get a life and go on a date. Now we about to hook you up. Bam, boom.
That was not an open door invitation.
You love your genie, and now your wish is my command. All right, we're gonna make it happen. Now, next. So the next thing would be if you're actually in a relationship with someone. That is when it is exclusive, right? When you are in an exclusive relationship, it's you and that person only, unless otherwise stipulated between and agreed upon by both parties.
Okay.
Because your relationship can be an open relationship. it's me and you, but we can do X, Y, and Z as long as we agree on the what the X, Y, and Z is, right?
Right.
So
ground rules.
exactly. But the main relationship that you will focus on will be the relationship between you and that person.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that. So that's what being in a relationship is about. Now you go on and you get engaged, right? That's after you've dated this person. That's after you've decided you're going to be in an exclusive relationship with this person. And then that you've courted that person and been courted by. Now you're engaged. They've asked you to marry them, or you've asked them to marry you, however it works. Women do it all day now these days. And in this situation, you are not married. Some people choose to go and live together, cohabitate, whatever. Even when they're in the relationship phase, they choose to cohabitate. However, when you're in an exclusive relationship or you are engaged, you should not now nor ever, even if you're living together, commingle your expenses, your finances.
I agree.
And let me repeat that for the people on the short bus.
Break it down slow for them.
Do not now or ever commingle your finances with a boyfriend or a fiance, or a girlfriend and a fiance.
Yes.
Because we'll break down why that's not your job in just a second.
Okay.
I'm on through here with that one.
Then after you go through this whole engagement thing, you actually go and jump the broom. You make it official. And that's when everything is yours together. Now, again, just like the exclusive relationship and the fiance relationship, y'all are exclusive unless otherwise agreed upon by the parties involved.
Thank you. Clarity.
Okay? So it's you and them unless you and them decide it's y'all and some other people. Not one party. Nobody can unilaterally make that decision without consulting the other.
Exactly.
So are we clear about that?
Crystal?
All right. So now that y'all know the difference between dating, being in a relationship, being unfianced, and being married, let's jump on into the other parts of the conversation. And before we do that, let me remind you that you are listening to Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and I am joined by my incredible invisible intern number 3 and sporty spunky Angel. Our producer cousin Chan is in the background like she always is, and it's Christmas Eve, and we're talking about that's not your job. So we're talking about the things in relationships that you should not be doing because that is not your job. So for you,
don't do it.
All right, who had the responsibility of girlfriends? Dating. Just dating.
I did. Boyfriends and girlfriends. And it was interesting. People really don't understand what dating is all about. So one of the big things that came up is don't assume you're the only one unless it's discussed. Like we were talking about, monogamy. What dating is versus being in a relationship. People really do assume that because I'm dating so-and-so, that's my man, that's my husband, or that's my woman, that's my wife. And that's not the case. Like, you just got to breaking it down for the people. Dating means I'm weighing out my options. You're not even at least one option to buy yet. I'm just looking at the options right now. I'm shopping.
I'm searching Craigslist. I'm checking Kelley Blue Book values.
Right.
I'm doing I'm going to different dealerships each weekend. Yes, I'm dating.
Thank you. But, people really assume that because I'm on a date, that means this is my new man. They will even introduce, like, say you run into somebody, like, say I run into you and I'm out on a date. Oh, KiKi, this is my boyfriend, so-and-so. We on a date.
And it's
Let me ask you this, and I want to get y'all's opinion on this since you brought it up. Okay. Say you want to date with somebody. You're dating. Okay. You're not in a relationship with this person. Mm-hmm. And how do you introduce that person to your people? Say your friends out bowling. You say, hey, number 3, you walk in the door. How you introducing this cat to us?
Hey, KiKi, this is my friend. I mean, we just out on a date, right?
Yeah.
It could be date number 1, 2, 3. It could be date number 15, unless we have otherwise stipulated. Unless he say or ask or we
Would you
say
go
we
with
going
me?
together. Yeah,
Would you go with me?
we going together. I was gonna say, how old do you get when you stop saying going together and you say in an exclusive relationship? I was
We'll
thinking
talk about that.
When you was doing your explanation, but yeah, I'm gonna introduce him as my friend.
Okay. What about you? What about you, Sporty?
Same thing. Oh, hey, Kiki, this is my friend so and so. You know, we out bowling.
Right.
Today. How y'all doing? It's really a no-brainer to me, but I mean, clearly it's not to some people.
I must be a complete asshole.
Why? What did you say?
I would be like, hey, number 3, what's up, Sporty? This blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you're not going to give him a title at all.
Now, I might do that, too. I might not even
I can see that.
Friend yet,
No, I'm like, this such and such.
Now we'll
because y'all not really friends either, right? Is that what you mean?
Right. I don't really,
Right.
we're not really anywhere just yet. You know, he hasn't been put in the friend zone. He hasn't been put in the boyfriend zone.
Right.
So he's just whoever he is.
Yeah, Kiki.
And that might be a smart thing to do, you know, but I know me. I probably would say, this is
Kiki,
my friend.
and you want from me.
Right.
And that's fine. And I've had a guy actually say something to me about that. Oh, so I'm just such and such? Like, is that not enough? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not enough being you, then what the fuck do you want from me? What can I do for you? You know?
Be happy that you got introduced at all to somebody I know.
I'm like,
right.
You're right. It'd be different if I didn't even introduce you and everybody had to come up to you like, come on, hey, dog, I'm so-and-so. She's so rude. No. I was like, yo, this Joe, this Bob, this Pete, this Walter. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want from me. But, yeah, I agree. So that's something that you should not assume. So this is what we're talking about. When you're in a dating situation, never assume, because that's not your job to assume that this is your boo, this is your man, this is your girl. Don't make that assumption.
Don't do it. It's not good.
Okay, so if you're dating, since we in the dating arena right now, we ain't moved on to girlfriend, boyfriend just yet. Mm-hmm. So if you're dating, and said boy, number 3, that you just introduced us to, we'll call him Phil. And your friend, Sporty, his name is John, right?
Okay.
So say we all there, and Phil and John are hungry. Do you get up and make Phil and John's plate?
Well, now I will say this. If I do, that will tell you how much I like you or how much I'm into you. But as a rule, no. Okay.
What about you, Sporty?
I don't think no.
It depends on how cute he is and what I don't know.
Again, it tell you how much you like him.
Yeah, it depends. I may or may not. It depends on how the date is going. Or if I'm going to get myself something, would you like me to get something for you? I may be polite like that and you know.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I must be a real asshole. Again. And the reason why I say that is it would depend on the situation. If we're at a barbecue, when it's pretty much everybody do whatever, or if we're someone's home, it may determine whether I make them a plate or not. Mm-hmm. Right. Typically, what I would do is say, are you hungry? Would you like something? Come on, let's go get something. We can do it together. What? I'm not going to send him to do it by himself and he don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, I don't know these people. I ain't never, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Or
if you're in somebody's home.
Or the other thing you could do, if it's a place that you're both at and it's a mutual arrangement where you both know people and he says he's hungry, you'd be like, well, you know what, me too. While you're getting yourself something, you can grab me such and such. And
no, that you're an asshole for that. That ain't
now,
okay.
Is the reason you do it that way because making a plate is what? A wife duty? That's not in the dating?
I think that making a plate for him is girlfriend, fiance, wife stuff.
Yeah, it is.
And if this is our first date or our first outing or something like that, and I haven't really decided where I'm putting you yet, I don't want to give
Right.
you any ideas that you more than what you are.
Right.
True.
Okay.
Because people pay attention to context clues.
Yes, and it's not a matter of me treating you like crap or me not trying to let on any, show my hand or anything like that. It's just that I don't know what my hand is yet. So I don't want to give you a glimmer of hope when I'm ultimately going to you're going to end up in the friend zone.
Exactly.
And then you be sitting there looking like, well, wait a minute. She played and she introduced me to her people and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? No. We still just homies.
But see,
Right.
That's another one of those dating rules. You don't introduce, your dates to your kids and family until it's something that's exclusive or this is somebody you're going to be with on the regular. You don't, you're not.
I totally agree.
Taking him
The
to
people.
the family dinner or
I totally
weddings
agree.
or stuff like that. You're not taking him on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think, well, it depends on how long you've been dating. Maybe a family barbecue might, but it's when it comes to the kids, they don't need to. I totally agree. They don't need to see every car you test driving. I like that analogy. I'm gonna have to use that more often.
Yeah, because then they gonna be like, you don't want your kids seeing that. Because again, if you're a wife, if you're a woman and you have boys, you don't want your boys thinking my mama's a hoe. And if you have girls, you don't want your girls thinking that that behavior is okay. Because they don't know everything that goes along. All they know is they seeing all these dudes. You know what I'm saying? So in their mind, they thinking that so if they're not age to have in a place where you can have an age appropriate conversation with them to say, hey, we went on a date, then I think that there's certain things that you absolutely should not do in the presence of your children because, contextually, it sends messages that you may not want your kids having about you.
Exactly.
Go ahead with some more stuff. What's your name, Bill?
Girl, my name's 40.
40.
Okay, come on, give me some
angel.
Give me.
This one, and it gets so under my skin. Do not show up without calling first. Don't just pop up with me.
Ooh.
That's not acceptable for anybody.
Where I live.
Yeah, that's not your job ever, unless we married. And we live in the same house. You know what I mean?
Don't just pop up.
And even if we don't live in the same house, say for instance, I'm married and I work out of state or I work out of not in the same, you know what I'm saying? If you want to pop up, you my husband, you have every right to do that. But a boyfriend, a fiance, some dude I'm dating, no, that makes you a fucking stalker. And I'm literally, I know, I'm serious. It's not cute. It's not cute. I know sometimes people try to put it in the context of, I was trying to surprise you. I was trying to do something nice. No, I don't receive it that well. So don't put it out that way. Because I say all the time, I'm not very fond of surprises. I mean, I like a surprise, but certain surprises are definitely off limits. And you would have learned that during our dating and our being in a relationship phase, that there are certain things that are just not acceptable for me. That you should. That's not your job. It's not your job to surprise me with no.
And that's,
now it's different. I will put a caveat to that to play devil's advocate a little bit. Now, if I live out of state, you live out of state, and we date, or whatever the case, right? Or maybe you're in the armed forces, which I wouldn't date you, but just say for the sake of this conversation. And you were trying to
branches
surprise
off
me.
limits?
I don't do military. I told y'all. I don't do military. I don't do law enforcement. And there are a couple of cultures I don't do either. But anyway, that's some other stuff. But now, if they call you up, Sporty, or number 3, or even call Chan up and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Or send you an email, reach out to you on Facebook and be like, look, I'm coming in town. I don't want her to know. I want to surprise her. Can you help me do blah, blah, blah? Y'all had a right then at that point as my friends to check my temperature, right? That gives you an opportunity to set the stage. So, yeah, it's still a surprise for me, but it doesn't make him come off creepy. It makes him come off thoughtful. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but when you just take it upon yourself and you don't tell nobody, and you just show up at my job, and I ain't never tell you where I work,
Oh yeah, that's
Okay,
creepy.
no.
That's creepy.
That's a problem. If I don't
Yeah.
tell you, you know what I'm saying? Or, yeah, if you just show up, I'm at the grocery store and I come out to the car and you leaning up against the car. Yeah, no. I'm not going to be happy to see you.
No.
So,
Well, you know
No.
me anyway. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna need
what she say? I think we lost the
to
sound.
pretend like you lost
We
me.
Okay,
you
you back.
froze for a minute.
I said, you know me anyway. I'm gonna tell you, okay, Kiki, I need you to act surprised because so and so gonna do such and such.
Yeah.
Just tell you straight out.
I'm gonna try to be surprised. Yeah,
She's the
she know
worst.
that. I'ma tell
She's
her
the
anyway.
worst at that. She's the worst.
I'd be like, nope, I don't like
When it
that
comes
shit.
to
I'm
that kind of
gonna tell her. You ain't finna
Yeah,
come to me.
I'm
Ain't
not
you muted?
really. And public surprises too. It might not work out
yeah.
well for you. Your feelings liable to get hurt, but that's just me. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, for the general public, most women don't like that. Just like, especially because I'll put it like this: men don't like it. We're notorious for trying to do something, special to surprise them or whatever. If you're gonna do something special and surprise him, go to the friend, reach out to the friend, the brother, whoever you know. Now, don't go searching for people that you don't know, because then that makes you creepy, right?
Exactly.
So, but if you have contacts or some access to one of their friends or whatever, then say, hey, I'm thinking about doing XYZ. Do you think this is a good idea? And they can tell you based on that person, their relationship with that person, and them knowing them, if that's something that would work or if it would go off well. So it's not your job to surprise people with appearances that they did not ask for. Period. Unless you married.
Yeah.
What else we got?
I like surprises, but planned surprises. I guess.
I don't. That's an oxymoron.
I know, but okay, I like them like that.
What's a planned surprise? I don't get.
But like you said, he put some thought into it. He
Okay.
reached out to your people. He plans, so he don't come off creepy. But I like surprises. Public, maybe I'm weird. I like surprises.
No, I'm just not. Okay, let's ask this. When it comes to public displays of affection, when is it appropriate? When is it your job? When is it okay? When is it in your job description for public displays of affection? We know if you this chick right here, it's never okay.
I think it's okay
That's my
in the
book cover,
relationship
the other
play.
woman code.
Oh.
So if you're the other woman, it's never okay. PDA, public displays of affection, that PDA is never okay. All right, what'd you say, number 3?
It's okay in the relationship phase and beyond. Dating, no. No.
So when you're dating, what type of PDA or any stuff is acceptable?
Holding hands. Maybe an arm around the shoulder, maybe. But kissing, nudging of the neck. I don't know. I mean, it has to. When you're in the dating phase, to me, it has to be very limited when it comes to PDA and the touchy feely. I'm kind of funny about that. It take a minute for me to be touchy feely.
I understand. What about you, Sporty?
I have a T-shirt that says "Don't touch my person," and I might wear that on a date. So we'd have to be in a relationship for me to be, all in like that. A date you might get to hold a hand or something, or like she said, maybe the arm around or something if we had a movie or something like that. But that's about as far as it goes with the public stuff.
Yeah.
And
Again, I'm the asshole of the group.
It can't be.
I'm the asshole of the group.
Yeah, no, you can't touch your person either. I'm gonna get you.
I mean, I feel some kind of way about certain things when it comes to public displays of affection. And I think sometimes because people are so into one another, they're not cognizant of the fact that there are other people around. And sometimes the behavior that you're putting on, thinking that you're just showing affection to this person, can be offensive to other people. And so I'm very, not standoffish, but I'm very, kind of cut and dry. I might, if because I'm a flirter, yeah, I'll touch you, I'll brush up against you, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff, which is harmless. Even if a child saw it, it doesn't seem inappropriate. But open mouth kissing and all the excessive hugging and carrying on. Now, if you got your arms around me to keep me warm because it's a little chilly, okay, that's not inappropriate, because if a child saw that, it wouldn't be inappropriate. I just always think I don't want to do anything in front of anyone's child that I wouldn't want them doing in front of mine.
Well, I wouldn't be on a date where somebody's kids are anyway.
No. You could be going to a movie and people have their kids. You could be going out to dinner and, you know what I mean? There are kids everywhere. You never know, and kids constantly see things. I just don't think that certain things are appropriate. But you might be going to... Oh, shit.
But KiKi, now you saw two old people walking hand in hand, getting their exercise on, and you went totally ballistic. You have yes, these old people had to have been 100. I was happy that yes, they did. They had to have been 100. They were, doing their daily exercise. We go past them. She goes, "Ooh, that is so inappropriate." And I'm looking around like, what's inappropriate?
That is not
the
how
old people holding hands.
The old people holding hands. Yes, it was. They were holding hands. Yes, it was. It was very cute and very sweet. And I was even glad to see two old people together, even out walking. But no, not the Grinch that stole Christmas over here. Why are y'all listening to her like she is speaking the damn gospel?
But she ain't lying.
She's not telling the whole truth.
What part am I missing?
Put it in context.
What part am I missing?
Put it in context. I'm about to tell you. What happened was...
Oh, shit.
The people were walking. And they were on a walk, absolutely. And every time we go somewhere, these motherfuckers are walking. But they always walking and they holding hands, so one is always in the fucking way. Now, my thing is, I didn't say it was inappropriate. I'm like, what I said was, Shannon, once I said, you're going to be like, okay, you did. What I said was, why the fuck they got to be holding hands to go to be on a exercise? I don't understand that. How the fuck can you exercise and hold a hand?
Ain't that the same thing? You had an absolute fit. You had an absolute fit. It is the same thing. It's the exact same. You had an absolute fit that they were holding hands.
I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. It did not compute in my brain why you got to hold hands to walk.
You're out.
You're not just on a, we just out. Let's look at the birds and trees. Not that. They were out getting their exercise. Why are y'all exercising and holding hands?
Maybe they needed each other to hold each other up. You said they was 100. Maybe they was each other's balance.
She said they were 100.
They were 100.
She said they were not that old. She's exaggerating to get the point across.
They were 89. All right.
I'm still.
It was cute.
Still, it was nice, and KiKi had an absolute fit about it. So what? They holding hands. They are a couple. They look like they have been a couple for a while. Yes, you did. Your face turned red, and your face don't normally turn red. Your face turned red. You was upside down. Okay, I'm going back.
Yeah, go away. Please be gone. I was not. I was just. I couldn't understand it. It did not make sense to me. Okay, that's all I could say.
I think that's adorable.
I believe Chandra. I believe the producer.
I believe Cousin Chan. Yeah.
I did admit to the fact that I was miffed because I couldn't understand it. I didn't understand it. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation for a whole other day.
Yeah.
Anywho, so we know that it is not your job to do
You just don't like PDA.
I do. Okay, here's the thing about me. I gotta really, really like you in order to start doing all that stuff.
Maybe they really, really liked each other for many years.
I don't give a shit how much I like you, love you. If I'm trying to work out, I'm not trying to fucking hold your hand unless we doing a little stretching exercise where you hold my hand, pull me forward and back and forth. There's no need. That's just excessive. There's no need for all that. But that's just something else. Let's move on.
Okay.
Sporty, we talking about girlfriends and boyfriends?
Yes, we are talking about. Okay, now this one right here, this one came under dating, but it also came under girlfriend and boyfriend, and it is my pet peeve. Do not, under any fucking circumstances, give up your.
I missed it.
Girlfriend.
Wait, I missed it. Give up your what?
Don't give up your hobbies, your friends, and your other extracurricular activities while so you can be with him 24/7, getting all clingy and needy. You had friends before him. You should still be able to keep those things after.
No,
danger.
That should never happen.
Right.
I don't care whether you dating, you in a relationship, you in fiancé or married. You should never do that. Now there may be some cut back that you might have to do because it's it's impeding your ability to have your relationship, and you spending so much time away from them. Absolutely, but hell no, you should never give up shit.
Thank you. And then it's like and then vice versa. He can't expect you, like he gonna come in. Okay, Angel, me and you together now. You can't be on the show Wednesday nights because we gotta do so and so, and you can't do this and go here with them, and you can't do that. I'm like, excuse me, I have a life outside of your age.
You still have to maintain your separate lives.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Let me tell you, this one dude told me.
In order to keep the interest.
He gonna tell me that if you was my girl, you wouldn't be going with your homegirls to the Super Bowl and the Pro Bowl. We was on a date having dinner.
Danger.
I said you absolutely right. I wouldn't, and I couldn't, and I never will be. What you mean? I'm like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm a grown ass woman.
Right.
This is something I've been doing with my girls for years. Well, that was when you were single. What's your point?
It don't matter.
I'm like, I'm still a human being. I know how to behave myself accordingly. Well, niggas gonna be trying. I don't give a shit about them. I'm going to have a good time. I'm like, you know what? You just ixnayed yourself out the program. The program.
Danger.
Pay. Right.
Yeah, that's inappropriate. And then where's the trust? If I can't go somewhere with my friends, and you trying to tell me you don't trust what my response and my reaction will be to somebody trying to hit on me, and I gotta
The problem is it's not your job. It is not your job to try to tell me who I can go with, where I can go, and when I can go there. My parents had a difficult time doing it when I was a minor. You think at my age you gonna be able to do it?
Not gonna happen.
Crashed and burned with that bullshit. Talking about some what to wear. Y'all, number 3, you remember that bullshit? Right?
Yeah.
What to wear?
Nigga.
Not only is it not in your job, it's a warning sign to the woman. Danger. He crazy.
I had this one guy tell me, I was living in Michigan at the time, and I went out with him. He was a nice guy, whatever. He was very nice, real comfortable, and he brought me, walked me home and everything, after our date or whatever. And so I dated him for like maybe about 6 weeks. So let's say week 6 he came over to have dinner. We were watching something on TV, and I'm like, okay, well, it's getting late or whatever. I wasn't getting ready to sleep with her because I wasn't ready to do all that or whatever. So I kissed him goodnight. I was like, okay, I'll talk to you later. He's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna stay tonight. I was like, excuse me? He says, well, I think
what, in your car?
Right. He said, well, we're together now, and it's not like you have anything to do in the morning, so I'm going to stay here tonight. And I said, no, you're not going to stay here tonight. He said, yes, I am. He says, you're going to just have to deal with that.
Wait, we together now?
Danger.
We together now? Is he related to the girl that was Rocky's friend?
I don't know. Yeah, right. We together now. And mind you, I had not slept with this guy yet at all.
And had you, you'd be chopped up into little bitty pieces, sprinkled all over the goddamn United States.
Danger.
Yeah, it took a lot to get him out of the house.
We gotta come up with a code. We gotta come up with a code word for people like that, because it's not just guys. They don't own the franchise on that crazy shit.
Oh no,
they women, don't. Y'all trying to buy out the franchise. Really, for real.
It was bad. I mean, it got to the point where when I came to Chicago, he followed me. I mean, restraining order, whole 9. It was bad.
All right. Yeah. It's time for the drink.
Ooh, yes, yummy.
That whole coonery just made me thirsty, and our producer's drink of the week. It is time for that. If you do not know, and since it's Christmas Eve, I'm sure she came up with something special. So I'm not gonna introduce it. I'm gonna let her tell y'all what the drink is all about. Alrighty, take it away, Cousin Jan.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Tonight's drink of the week is called Merry Christmas Eggnog. Tonight's drink of the week, we're going to use 4 ounces of eggnog, a half an ounce of white chocolate liqueur, 1 ounce of Southern Comfort, and then we're going to use either some white or dark chocolate flakes for a garnish. And all we're going to do with this is we're going to build the ingredients into a snifter glass and stir lightly, and then sprinkle the chocolate flakes on top. And there you have it, my Merry Christmas Eggnog. Alright guys, be safe, enjoy, drink responsibly, and I'll see you next week.
Okay. For real. I'm not gonna even say nothing about her drink. I'm not.
Oh, I know it.
I'm not.
It's Christmas time. You knew it was gonna be different.
That's my gift to her. I'm not gonna even say shit about her drink. Merry Christmas.
Well, I
to the mad scientists.
Thank you,
All
my
right.
favorite chemist of alcohol. I love it.
Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. Again, thank you so much. This is Playing Devil's Advocate. I'm your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur. And today we're talking about that's not in your job. And we're talking about things that you should or should not be doing at certain stages of your relationship, whether it's dating, exclusivity, fiancés, and husband and wife. And we spent quite a bit of time on the dating and the boyfriend, girlfriend kind of area. We're going to kind of slide and transition a little bit, and we're going to interchange some of these things. We're going to talk about some of the things that you should not be doing if you are a girlfriend, somebody that's dating, because it's a fiance or a wife's job. And who's responsible for this?
I was responsible for the...
She responsible for the...
Drum roll, please. Vroom.
What happened?
My friend won't allow her to talk no more.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Boy,
Her boyfriend said she can't play with us no more tonight.
Yeah, she's gone. It's a wrap. Oh, baby. She's not allowed.
You know, it's unfortunate that she can't come out and play with us. But your boyfriend pulled the plug, Sporty?
Her boyfriend pulled the plug on her.
I went to...
He cut your cable off because he was like, no, I'm tired of you and your damn people.
No, I'm using this iPad, and I thought I could do the same thing that I do on a computer, but apparently I cannot.
Uh-oh.
No, you cannot. You have to be prepared.
Yeah. So what were we talking about? What was the question? Back it up, rewind.
You talking about the stage of your relationship. Well, I guess you were covering the husband and the wife, right?
Correct.
So was it Sporty that was doing the fiancés?
I was doing girlfriend and boyfriend.
Nobody did fiancés?
Well, the girlfriend, boyfriend, what rolled into the fiance, we didn't stipulate the fiance. We did not in the meeting, but, I mean.
We got a few things that roll into that category, though, that are on this list.
Right.
But one of the big things on here, one of the number one things that was don't rush the relationship. Meaning, don't decide why that's your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Okay, my last name is now Richardson. I am marrying you. We're going to have 5 kids. And this is going to happen. And we've been exclusively dating. We've been exclusive boyfriend and girlfriend in this relationship for 3 months. And now I want to live with you for the rest of my days.
I get it. I just want to drill down a little deeper, though. I want to drill down, since we're talking about the things that you should and should not be doing. And I think that that's a little surface and just a little bit about what you should do in a relationship as opposed to what you should not do. So if you are a girlfriend or a boyfriend, even a fiance, like I was very specific about not commingling your finances. That's not something you should ever do. As a fiance or even a girlfriend, you should never, or a boyfriend or whatever, you should never, ever, 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 ever tell somebody to call this person daddy.
Oh, God.
And they ain't their damn daddy. And they daddy alive, alive and accounted for. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about even if he's a deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? But if there's no chance of him ever signing a birth certificate or him ever adopting your children because y'all getting married or anything like that, don't do that, because what happens if your relationship doesn't stand the test and this person you don't know is the kind of dude that's going to stick around anyway, because that's your, you know what I mean, he's taking on the responsibility. There are very few men in this world who will take on the responsibility of raising your kid as their own and never treating them any differently, even after y'all broken up. So don't do that. And stop thinking in terms of the exception instead of the rule. Your dude or your woman is not the exception all the time, because if everybody was the exception, then it would be the rule. Exactly. So don't have her calling your kids calling him daddy, and don't have your kids calling her mama.
I agree. That's a no-no.
It's not your job as the person coming into this blended situation, not a blended marriage, but a blended situation. And talking about that's your sister and that's your brother. No, the fuck they not. I don't even know them.
So, okay, let me ask this. You say at the fiance level, okay, yeah, now you a fiance, you asked me to marry you. I said yes, whoever did what. I agree at that stage, that may not be the appropriate stage for them to start calling them mama, daddy. No, but very soon here, and then the stepkids, I mean, they have to be comfortable doing that on their own. They got to.
That's my point. That's my point. If the child chooses to call that person, mom, or dad or whatever, and they have an independent relationship where it's cool like that, and that whether y'all break up or not, that person is still going to be in your child's life, then that's something different. But I'm saying there are people who will be like, that's your daddy, call him your daddy. Or that's your mama, call her your mama. And it's like, or that's your brother and that's your sister. No, the fuck, they are not.
Yeah,
don't
really.
do that. You know what I'm saying? And until y'all say I do, that's not my fucking brother. You know what I'm saying? Until y'all say I do, he ain't my stepdaddy.
None of
exactly.
And until some ink is drawn on some adoption papers, meaning that my father or my mother done gave up their parental rights, then he still, or she still, step. Now, we may have a relationship that grows into something more where I don't call him my stepdaddy or my stepmother. I just call him mom or dad or whatever, or pops or whatever the name is. But don't force that. It's never your job. Especially if you the other person to call me mama. No, bitch, I ain't calling you mama. I don't know you.
Right,
you,
mama.
You know what I'm saying?
That is not in your job.
I don't like you whole. But then that also brings up where you shouldn't get into family business unless you're asked.
See what I'm saying? And even when you ask, you still need to tread lightly.
Exactly.
You still need to, because ultimately at the end of the day, that's still their family.
Right.
Exactly.
And you're still the outsider no matter what you do. Even when you get married, you're still the outsider. So you really need to be very cognizant of how you interact about someone else.
There has to be a lot of communication.
But I can't say, oh, KiKi did so.
On the flip side of that, since it's Christmas, when is it appropriate to start buying gifts for the crumb snatchers? Do I have
when you feel comfortable? You see what I'm saying? When it's one of those things where if you've created a bond with these kids or you feel comfortable, it should not be the expectation.
Right.
That's my point.
No, never. Even as the dude, it's never a woman should never put that expectation on a dude. That there are some women. I'll say this. There are some women who, if this one dude, she got 4 kids and he the kid of 1. And the other 3 by 3 other people, she'll tell him that he can't take his kid because he can't take all 4 of them. Them ain't my fucking kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm coming with my kids like for my visit. I don't have to take your kid. You see what I'm saying? So again, it's not your job to try to micromanage certain relationships. And so don't intervene in certain things. It's just not cool until after you married. And then if after you're married, you guys would have already had a conversation as to how you're going to rear your children and what kind of relationships you're going to have. Because as a girlfriend, you should never ever step to this child's mother about nothing as a girlfriend.
Right.
That is not your job.
Exactly.
He needs to manage that relationship.
Not your job at all.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And as a boyfriend, you better not ever step to this child's father unless he putting his hands or something on this kid. You know what I'm saying? Or, that kind of thing. Then, but in a sense that you trying to tell them how to parent their child or anything like that, then no, you out of line. It's up for that parent of that child to manage those relationships. Not your job to do it. Not your job to do it.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Some other things as fiancés. I can talk about a situation that was personal. I had a bill. I had a phone at my mama's house. I wasn't even living at my mama's house, but I had in my room. I had a telephone, and my room was all still my room. But one of my siblings came home for the holidays or something like that, and the entire time they were at home for the holidays. Now, this was back in the day when long distance calls were not just free, part of your flat rate. They actually charged you.
Right.
And they literally stayed on the phone the whole damn time they were visiting, talking to people out of state. So when the bill came, after they were gone, it was like $300, almost $400. Now, that's a lot of money. I wasn't paying that bill. At the time, my fiance was paying all my mama's bills. He told my mama, your money that you make at your job is your money. We got this. So when the bill shows up and he's like, what's this here?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know, I was here with you. And he called my sister. There was a big uproar. Mm-hmm. They were saying I was wrong for having him call her. I should have called her. My thing, in most situations, I could understand where they were coming from. However, here's my caveat. He was paying that bill. Yep. You got the right to call anybody that run up your goddamn bill and that's spending your money.
If he was paying all your mama's bills.
Anybody who who's spending your money, you have the right to pay. You have the right to contact them about a due bill.
Exactly.
Now, for you to come at her sideways, like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Bitch, you gonna pay this? No. That's not okay, right? But it is okay to say, hey, got this bill. You got about $300 worth of charges. How you want to handle this?
Yep. That's fair. I agree with that. Because had it been me and somebody was paying my bill and that's what's coming up on there, he would have to be one talk. Because I'll be like, I would say, bitch, somebody else is paying this bill and this is what you did. I need you to run me my motherfucking money because we're not paying for your shit. I would snap out. I know me. So it might be better for him to say, how we going to handle this because this is something that I'm taking care of and you have some excessive charges here. Because me, I'm going to beat your ass until I get my money.
What you going to say, number three?
Maybe they were extra sensitive about it because, again, you all weren't married at the time where you were at fiancé level, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was family. So maybe that's why they thought you should have said something. But, I mean, like you say, you have the caveat, he was paying the bills, but that was probably why y'all weren't.
Yeah, here's the thing. I could completely understand.
Son-in-law yet.
Right, I could completely understand that logic if I were the one paying the bill and I was upset and I was venting to him and then he called, to try to play, to check her about
fix the situation.
Right. I could totally understand if that were the case. But seeing as though this his money, not mine, he paying it, and he got okay. If everybody want to be upset about it, how about we shut the goddamn phone off and then we'll see what happens.
Right.
You'll be wrong for that though. He'll be wrong for that though too, right? You know what I mean? Then it's gonna be like, KiKi, you shouldn't have let him do that. Really? I'm supposed to let y'all run up the bills and he just gotta pay them and lay down and take it? Really?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That was one of the things that I took issue with, and okay, so we talking about these stupid reality shows. Let me go into that for a second. That was one of the things that I took issue with about Candy on The Real Housewives when it came to, Todd and her mom and all of that. her mom was out of line in a lot of situations.
Very much so.
And it wasn't, you know, like even the situation where it came with her friend, where her mother was telling her she shouldn't be there and all of that other stuff. It's not your job to check her mama. It's your job to say to your friend, hey, this is going to be a problem for you and I. And if that means that I need to step back and be out of this, you may lose a friend because your mom, and I understand you always going to choose your mama because that's your mama. But when all you have left is your mama because she done ran off all your friends and all your men, then what you going to do?
Yeah, her mama look cray-cray.
Yeah, because she's too busy worried about somebody getting in her money. That's what that is.
Right.
She always thinks somebody else trying to be greedy and get her for her money. But the reality is, you're the biggest leech of them all. And here's the thing. I would give my mama everything. I would give her my skin if I could. You know what I mean? I would. However, I'm not going to let her shit on me for the privilege.
Exactly.
That's what I'm not going to do. You know, I do have boundaries. But, that's something else. That's another show altogether. So, number 3, before we have to go into this letter, let's talk about this marriage stuff. What is some stuff that's not your job as a wife, or is your job as a wife or a husband, or whatever the case? Give me some don'ts.
Okay, I took it to as a husband. Because, people think once you get to the marriage stage that, everything is, you could do everything then. But there's some things you really got to avoid as a husband and a wife. For a husband, for instance, don't act like, once you get her, that the battle is won. You have to stop wooing and pursuing her once you all are married. You got to keep the fires lit. You got to keep it interesting. Don't stop doing what you did to get her once you have her. Did I say that correctly?
What you did to get her, you got to keep doing to keep her?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
I dig that. That makes sense to me.
Me too.
Correct.
So
here's a good one. Don't.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Nope. Go ahead.
So what's the what? Don't become passive when it comes to the discipline and training of your kids. A lot of men do that. They out of their house working, say you got a stay-at-home mom. Then they feel everything falls on her, and that's not true. It has to be a balance.
So let me ask this question. In terms of the context of this show, that's not your job. How do we put that in context with the show topics?
It's not your job to leave everything on your wife because you're the one out of the home making the money and she's a stay-at-home mom. It's not your job to act like.
So it would be the wife. It would be the wife's. It's not your job. It's not your job as a wife and a mother to always be the one at the soccer game. It's not your job, or teaching him how to fetch. Not fetch. That's what you teach your dog. Catch.
I'm coming from I see what you're saying, but no, I'm coming from the husband point of view. It's not your job to think that because you work out of the home and she's a stay-at-home mom, that housework is beneath the work that you do. It's not your job to leave everything up to her and just come home after work and all you got to do is go to work and plop your butt in the chair and she do everything else. There still has to be a balance. Okay, it's not your job to...
So, okay. So in terms of it wouldn't be your job to usurp all of your responsibilities, to neglect all of your responsibilities? Because I'm not really understanding how that fits. You know what I'm saying? But maybe somebody else do. It's me. It's late. It's Christmas Eve. I've been sipping on my cup. You see, my cup is not clear. So.
Well, I mean, okay. I see what you're saying, and it could come from the wife's side and the husband's side, but I don't know if there's a different way.
Okay, I'll put it like this.
Explaining.
All right, well, let me ask this.
Okay.
Since we said it's not your job as a girlfriend or somebody that's on a date with them to bring a man his plate, it's your job as a wife. It is your job as a wife to make sure that your husband is taken care of. If he is out making the money, It's your job to make sure that the fucking house is clean when he get home. He shouldn't have to come home to a fucking wrecked ass house.
Absolutely.
No, he should not. But it's not his job to assume, you know how some people assume the housework is, oh, that's just housework, and because you out trading stocks all day, that's more important than the housework that I'm doing at home. Don't belittle what I'm doing because you work outside of the home.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. It's not your job to disrespect what I do because I'm not disrespecting what you do.
Exactly.
Okay.
We got to respect each other.
I get that. But, all right, so it's not your job as a husband or a wife to
belittle.
Okay, I got that. But let me jump into this one for a second. If your husband or your wife is having issues with an ex-wife or ex-husband or child's mother or father, is it your job to get in it as a wife or a husband?
If you ask me,
I would say, yeah, if it's detrimental to your marriage, if you are asked to get in it, if it's detrimental to the child, then yes, as a husband or a wife, it's your job to intervene, I think. If I'm saying.
What do you think, number 3? I mean, what do you think, Sporty?
I think you would have the conversation with your spouse, about what's going on and what's going to happen from this point of view. I don't think you should communicate with the outside party, the ex. I think your job is always to communicate with your spouse, not with the other person.
Okay. What do y'all think about reprimanding children in a blended family?
Again, that's something.
Oh, go ahead.
That's something that has to be discussed beforehand, explicitly when you're in a blended family. But I think once that family is blended by marriage, then everyone should have a disciplinary role. The discipline should come from both sides. There has to be a balance. I truly believe that. But it's something that has to be discussed and agreed upon by the adults first. You got to know
all the adults.
All the adults. Right. You got to understand what I feel is discipline. You got to understand. I have to understand what you feel is discipline, and we got to meet somewhere in the middle.
So all three. Because there are a lot of people, a lot of dudes who be like, I don't give a shit if that is your husband. He better not put his hands on my kid. And there are a lot of women. I don't give a fuck if that bitch is your wife. She better not put her hands on my baby. Or I'm going to fuck that hoe up. So you better tell her, you better get her right. So what?
Well, Mrs. current wife is going to have conversation with current husband. If you expect your children to come in here with these children, if my kids getting their ass whooped because they fucked up, your kids getting their ass whooped because they fucked up. You better tell that broad that's what's going to happen, or keep the little motherfuckers at home and you go visit them over the fuck there, because I'm not having it. Now, that's the conversation we'll have.
Okay.
And that
I will say this. It is not my job as a girlfriend, a fiance, or a wife to pay your fucking back child support.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
It's not my job. Not gonna do it. I'm not filing taxes with your ass. I'm not commingling my finances with your ass, even as my husband. If you owe in back child support, I don't want them coming after my money for your shit.
No, thank you. Not happening. So sorry for you.
Now, if the kid is living with us, or the parent is no longer in existence, meaning that they're covered with dirt or they are ashes to ashes, or somewhere locked up in an insane asylum or something, I'm not paying for your shit that happened before me.
Mm-mm.
It's not my responsibility. Now, if I choose to take on that, that's something different. But the expectation as your wife, now as a girlfriend or a fiance, hell no, off limits. It's not your job. I don't give a fuck what he say. It ain't your damn job. I don't give a shit what she say. It ain't your damn job.
We talk about child support?
Yes.
I agree. I wouldn't do it either. You handle that like you've been handling it.
And if it's back to child support you ain't been handling, which I probably wouldn't marry you anyway because you're irresponsible when it comes to kids. So I'm just saying, that's just me. That's my own personal thing. I don't fuck with dudes who don't take care of their kids.
I agree.
I don't give a shit if you say, this bitch she won't let me see him and this and that and this. Put the money in a fucking interest-bearing account. I don't give a shit what you do. And let the court send the money. You know what I mean? I don't care. There's no excuse. No excuse.
Agreed.
Not when you got the freshest ones and you got these alligator joints over here and you got these male Louboutin shoes and you rocked out with the, you know what I mean? You all shiny and shit. No, ain't no excuse.
Not gonna happen.
I ain't marrying you. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. What else? Number 3.
Okay, this may seem a little on the surface, but never for a husband. You know how men are fixers. They always want to solve the problem. But sometimes we just need you to just listen. Never, ever assume it's not your job to always fix it. Sometimes just listen.
It's not your job to fix it? As the husband? Or the wife?
Not always. It's not always.
No, I mean as the husband or the wife?
As the husband.
Okay. Okay. It's not your job to always fix it.
No, it's not your job to always fix it.
Okay. I hear you. Why are you looking
I mean,
like
what,
that?
you don't agree?
If you can fix it and I can't, absolutely fucking fix it. But what is not your job to do is make me feel bad about the fact that I couldn't fix it.
True.
Okay, I'll give you that. But I mean, as men, you know how they always want to automatically fix it. Maybe it's not a situation that needs to be fixed. Maybe I just wanted to vent about something.
Okay, well then I can say I just need to vent about it. I don't need. I can put that caveat out there. I don't need you to fix it. I just need to get this off my chest.
Makes sense.
But if you can fix it, don't sit there and let me flop about, fell about, and stress and whoa, oh Lord, how and you know.
No, I'm not saying that. Of course, but they always, you know, everything doesn't have to be. It's not a fixing situation, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I have difficulty digesting that, and you very well. That's a very valid point. Personally, I have difficulty digesting that because I'm a fixer. So because I'm a fixer,
I forgot you was 97% man.
Right? It's like, what do you mean it don't need to get fixed? Why the fuck we ain't got to sit here and talk about it all this? What are we gonna do to fix it? That's just how I am. So okay, I can see where you come from, but okay, I'm going on that one.
How about this? As a wife, it's not your job to use sex as a weapon.
Absolutely not. It's not your job. It's not your job to do that. Past the girlfriend phase. I'll put it like this. I don't think you should. I said it before and I'll say it again. Never use sex as a weapon. Weapons have been known to backfire and harm the person that it was not intended to harm. So you can use sex as a motivational tool. You can use it as a incentive program, but never as a tool, never as a weapon.
Makes sense to me.
Exactly.
Now, I'll put it to you like this. Once you married him, you try to use it that much more as a motive. You can't use it as a motivational tool as you would have when you were girlfriend or fiance. And the reason why I say that is that's how I ended up writing that book. Because you can overuse that, and he no longer responds to that stimulus anymore.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. You have to be very careful when it comes to that kind of thing, because you can very well motivate him right on out your goddamn house into fucking somebody else, right out your shit into somebody else's.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I got
an.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Sporty had one, and then we got to do the letter.
Well, my question is, what are you guys' thoughts on snooping on any level?
On what?
On snooping.
Snoop? It's not your job to snoop ever.
Ever.
Ever. Only time you should be going through my shit is if I tell you, go into my such and such and get my blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Or if I'm incapacitated in some shape or form,
right.
I can't do it for myself. That is the
right.
only
Or I'm
way.
dead.
Right. And that ain't snooping at that point. It's not snooping at that point. So absolutely flipping not. It is never, ever your job to play fucking Sherlock Holmes. Ever.
Yeah.
Male or female. It is never your job, and this to my ex, to hire a private investigator to follow me the fuck around and record my incoming and outgoing conversations and bug my car and all that shit. That is never, ever your job.
No, it's not.
Agreed.
Never. Never, ever. It is never your job to call my friends and try to question them about what happened to see if our stories line up.
No.
That's not okay.
Never.
Because I'm going to always say
ever your job as a girlfriend, a fiance, somebody that's dating a husband, a wife, whatever. It is never, ever your job to call my mama on me.
Ooh, no, ma'am.
We grown ass people. What you think my mama gonna give me a whooping? You think she gonna whoop me?
Right.
You think she gonna put me over her knee and give me 50 lashes? Never ever your job to play.
Never.
Never ever your job to play judge, jury, warden, any of that shit when you are with somebody. Okay? I don't care on any level. Not your job.
Absolutely.
Not your job. It is not your job, ladies, whether he's your boyfriend, your husband, or whatever. It is never your job to be his guy. Lost my earplugs. Because that's how serious I am. Wait a minute. After this, I'm going to go to the letter. It is not your job. Not now. Not today. Not tomorrow. It is never your job to be his damn mama.
Oh, preach about it.
Now that
because here's the thing.
Want you to be.
And if he wants you to be his mama, run like somebody set fire to your ass.
In the opposite direction.
In the opposite. If you run in his direction, he might catch fire too. Well, that's fine with me because his ass need to go to hell. Catch fire, bitch. No, but seriously, if you treat him like your kid, don't be mad when he don't act like a man.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're gonna bitch up
Why
on
don't you man up? Why don't you man up? He don't have to. You his mama. And same thing for me. It is never ever your job to try to be her damn daddy. Now in the bedroom, it might be something different. She might call you that. I never call a dude I fuck with daddy because that's the term that's reserved for. You know what I mean? That's not. It's not sexy to me. I don't do it. I ain't gonna call you that. But some women like to call you daddy. It's all right, daddy. Nope. Not daddy.
Especially at the dinner table when you got your guy sitting there and your dad, and you be like, "Daddy, pass me the mashed potatoes," and they both reach for it and hand it to you.
Awkward.
That's not okay.
Yeah. I don't do that. Some people do, and it's okay. That's their relationship. Whatever works in their relationships. But the ultimate goal that I was trying to get to is don't treat them like you're their daddy, like you're their father, and vice versa. Don't treat him like you his mama.
Agreed.
So, with that being said, it is time for tonight's Ask PDA letter.
Ooh, all right. What we got, girl? What we got?
Ooh. Let me see what we have here. Because it's always something. I'm going to go ahead and play this disclaimer, and then we're going to get on into the letter.
All right, here we go.
All right.
At some point, you will be offended by something said on our show, but Playing Devil's Advocate is meant to be a forum for open, honest, and more importantly, judgment-free dialogue. The opinions expressed here may not necessarily be those of our hosts or the show in general, but we're willing to have the uncomfortable conversations so that we can heal and find solutions for our listeners and quite possibly ourselves. Enjoy the rest of the show.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
All right, today's Ask PDA letter is being brought to you by our producer's special Christmas drink of the week. If you have not had an opportunity to check it out, make sure you go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Playing Devil's Advocate and check it out, or check us out on WordPress. Get the recipe, try it out, let us know, give her your comments, take video. We don't care, but at least let people know you're videotaping them. I don't want no lawsuits. And let us know what you think about the producer's drink of the week. So here's our letter for today. Dear PDA, I'm a single mother of a 1-year-old son. His father, my ex, has shared custody, but we don't have a very good co-parenting relationship. Shortly after I gave birth, he left me to be with the woman that he met while I was pregnant, and they're still in a relationship. She thinks it's okay to post pictures of my son on her social media sites. I have a problem with this, not least of all that it's incredibly hurtful to see another woman pretend that she is the mother, play the mother role to my son. I've confronted my ex about this, and although he told me he would talk to her about it, he's also told me it is none of my business what happens when our son is in his care. Am I right to make an issue, or do I need to move on and accept that this woman is in my son's life? Signed, highly offended. And I'm going to let you start, number 3, then I'm going to go to Sporty, and then I'll answer.
Okay, well, the fact that she's in your son's life, it's not much that you can do about that because she's in a relationship with your son's father. Now, posting the pictures on social media, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, and you have a right to let him know about that, and it's something you guys need to discuss. I mean, some people don't want pictures of their kids posted at all. I have a thing about, sometimes posting, you can post too many pictures of your kids sometimes, and sometimes people do. So, I mean, that's your right to feel how you want to feel about that. Now, and you just have to keep talking to him about it if that's what's stuck in your craw and that's how you feel about that. But as far as her being in your son's life when she's in a relationship with his father, ain't much you can do about that except maybe try to communicate, have a better relationship with him, depending on what stage they are. Are they just dating? Are they married? I don't think the letter said that, but communication is always key. Always helps clear the air sometimes. Just keep talking, keep stating your opinion.
Okay. What about you, Sporty?
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to have the conversation with him and let him know that I don't like it, that I don't appreciate it, and that he needs to talk to her about it. If he's giving you that answer, my answer to what he responded to you is either you talk to her about it because I don't want my child on social media, or I'm going to talk to her about it. And that's
okay.
What Sporty would do.
All right. All right, offended. Let me say this to you. Under normal circumstances, I might be inclined to agree with Sporty. Because here's the thing. You're not bothered about the fact that your son is on Facebook with this lady because you don't want pictures of your kid on Facebook. You have a problem with your son being on social media with this lady because she is the lady that he left you for while you was pregnant with said baby. So you still feel some kind of way about how that whole situation played itself out. And for as long as you haven't come to terms with that, you're always going to have a problem with anything that she does. It doesn't matter whether it was on social media or whether they spent the holidays at her family's house out of town where he had visitation. So having the conversation, it wasn't an issue of you having the conversation with him, which sparked the conversation that his response back to you of, you know, it's none of your business what he does when he's with you. It was the context in which you had the conversation with him. I am sure, had you had a conversation with him saying, because you never post pictures of your son on Facebook, had you said to him, hey, I really don't like the baby out there on social media because there's a lot of crazy people out there, whatever, you know, can you kind of refrain from having him on social media? I'm sure he would have responded a lot differently than he did when you're like, tell that broad, which I'm sure that's what it is because you in your feeling, even in this letter. I don't want my son on that broad's picture. This ain't her kid. I don't want her, blah, 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 whoop, 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 whoop. Because you started the letter by saying we don't have a good co-parenting relationship. Why? Because he left you for that chick while you were pregnant. Now, if you were pregnant and your son is a year, they've been together over a year and a half, almost 2 years. Clearly, she ain't going nowhere no time soon. So you can make this easy for yourself, or you can make this hard for yourself. The fact of the matter is, you need to get out your feelings. He ain't with you. He ain't going to be with you. Yeah, he left you for her, blah, 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 blah. And I know this sounds a little insensitive, but the fact of the matter is that you have a problem with this woman. You have a problem with her existence. And until you can come to terms with that and have a better relationship with him without all that crap, there's nothing you can say to him that he's going to even want to comply with or be on the same team with. Because your co-parenting is based on your emotional shit, not really about what's good and bad or best for this kid. And that's just the way I see it. Anything y'all got to say about that?
Nope. I feel the same way I do about it. I'm talking to her.
I mean, I agree. She still got some unresolved issues. And you're right, it's because the way she wrote what she wrote, you know, we don't have a good co-parenting relationship. He left me for her while I was pregnant. Yeah, she still got some issues. And it's not your job to put your baggage on him.
Nope, it is not your job. She's not putting it on him. She's putting it on her.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You dig? She's putting her baggage on her. Now, if this woman is spending time with your child, because by way of spending time with him, and that's part of their time, that's part of his life, how you gonna feel if he come telling you who you can spend time with around his kid? You gonna have a problem with that. As long as this woman isn't hurting your child and she's treating your child with respect and all of these good things. Now, if she posting on Facebook that she whooped your son's ass because he did something, then I can understand that you feeling some kind of way. But if they having a good time, you just the odd man out at this point, and because you in your feelings about how it came to pass, it's never going to be okay to you. So if he marries her, if they end up staying together for 15 years, do you want that stress? Your son is 1 year old. But do you want him to be 5 picking up on this vibe? Not good. Not good at all. Not your job to micromanage his relationship with his new girl. Not your job. You're the ex.
Well, she is not getting ready to take over motherly duties.
She not what?
She's not getting ready to take over motherly duties of my child either.
Well, when she's in when your child is around her, and say for instance your ex goes to the store, she's just supposed to ignore your fucking kid because you and your feelings about you don't want her taking over motherly duties?
When he goes to the store, my son should be with him because that's who he's supposed to be with. He's visiting with his daddy. He needs to be with his daddy.
But what if it's
left
25
with nobody else?
0?
I don't give a good hot fuck. I don't give a.
Because that's you and your feelings. That's you and your feelings. Right, that's the whole point. You don't fucking care. All you care about is your goddamn feelings.
All I care about is my child.
And
I don't want
outside,
and your child
is sick. That doesn't make sense, Sporty. If your child is sick and he's at his father's house while he's sick, You want him to lug that child out in the cold to go to the store to get some fucking soup or medicine or whatever the fuck it is?
If
Is
my
that what you
child is
want him
sick,
to
he
do?
shouldn't
Because
even
you
be
don't
over
give
there
a
with
fuck?
his daddy. If the child
Why
is
not?
sick,
That's
the
his
child should
parent.
be home with me, his mother.
Why? Why?
Girl.
Why?
Really?
That's absolutely ridiculous. And that's part of the bullshit why they don't have no good co-parenting relationship. Because it's my, I got this, I got that. That
That's
doesn't make
my
sense.
opinion. I told you.
That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I'm just pointing out how this situation is going to get worse. Because she's in her feelings. You just proved my point. She's in her feelings. If my child is sick, he should be at home with me. Why? His father ain't good enough to take care of him?
Nope.
All because he got with some chick that don't have nothing to do with his parenting skills.
Nope.
Because if you want to ask me, the person who's irrational and emotional and not making decisions based on the situation but on their feelings are the ones that's not really fit. That's if you ask me. So anyway, let's move on. I can't hear you.
I'm glad I had good baby daddy. That's all I can say.
You said you glad what?
I'm glad I had a good ex-husband when he had his problem.
Yeah. But you know what? This happens all the time. This happens all the time.
What can I say this?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Chan.
If my child is sick and he got sick with you, keep him and his carrier monkey ass over there with y'all. Don't bring it back over here. Because I don't want it. Stay right on over there with it. And y'all could be a big old sick, happy family over there. That was it.
Oh, Lord.
She ignorant as hell. See? That's why we don't let her talk that often. Because she going to get us pulled off the air. No. No, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. That's what we do here. We play devil's advocate. We show both sides of the argument as it pertains to that. So, number 3, you been got kind of quiet. What's going on over there?
I'm just listening. I'm having some asthma issues over here. I'm going to be wheezing all loud on the thing.
Wheezy. Maybe we should change your name from number 3 to Wheezy.
No. Hell no.
We're not going to call her Wheezy. Oh, my God, that is unfair.
Exactly.
Okay, I need to know, where are we in this conversation? We were talking about the married people, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh, and I'm so glad this letter, man, because that sparked something in me. I don't know, because that's one thing that sticks in my craw when it comes to these blended, which is why, if you noticed, I asked a lot of questions about parenting when it comes to what you should do and shouldn't do when you're blending families and stuff like that, because it's shit like that gets in the way of the actual parenting. You know what I mean? And it's not, it's not your job as the child's mother, in this sense, to micromanage the child, because the child's visitation with the father. If this man has never proven himself to be an unfit parent, maybe he was a bad boyfriend, maybe he was a bad husband, maybe he's just dude, but he's never shown himself to be a bad father. Mm-hmm. What is the issue? You know what I'm saying? So it's not your job to micromanage that. It's not your job to get in the middle of their relationship.
I agree.
And cause friction.
I agree.
So I think we have to be conscious of that. Same thing, fellas. You don't like the dude she with now, and now you want to puff out your chest and be fucking Magilla Gorilla pounding the shit, because, that's my motherfucking seed. You know how they do, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, fuck, she was good enough to be a mother to your child now because, you have such little respect for her choices in men. What does that say about you? You know what
right,
I'm saying?
because you chose her.
She picked you.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. And the same thing, vice versa, with the ladies. If you have such an issue with the fact that, he's a bad father, you picked him. You picked him. So the issue isn't his, it's yours. So, that's just my 2 cents on that. What else? Number 3.
It is not your job, wives, to assume your husbands are mind readers. They are not. We have all, in my opinion, most men are, when it comes to relationships, slow. So, and especially when they get married, they get complacent. So they're slow in a lot of things. They're not mind readers. They don't know what you want, when you want it. They didn't know you wanted them to fix the garage. Yes, they see the door broke, and yes, they can fix it, but they didn't know you wanted them it fixed by Thursday. So tell him what you want, when you want it, and how you want it, and let him do that, because he ain't going to be able to read your mind. It's not going to happen.
And on the flip side, fellas, and to give you something too, what you said, because when they get married, they get complacent. We do too. We get complacent as well. He might, there are things that he wants that you are not providing. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not reading his mind, you know what I'm saying? Like he wants some head while he watch fucking Judge Judy. I don't know what I'm saying. How
really?
you supposed to know? I'm just saying. I couldn't think
Well,
of
damn.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I wasn't going to mention that that's sports related because he ain't trying to be bothered with all that shit while he's trying to watch the game. But the fact of the matter is that you can't read his mind. You don't know that's what he wants. You know what I mean? But it's not your job to, here's the thing, not your job to penalize your mate for not being able to read your fucking mind because you didn't speak up and say what the hell it is that you want.
Right.
Exactly.
That's not your job in any situation. Now, I will say this. I will penalize a nigga that I'm dating for showing up late because it's disrespectful and it shows me a couple of things. One, it shows you don't respect my time. Two, it shows me that this is what I have to look forward to going forward. So if I don't nip this shit in the bud, shame on me. Now, when I say penalize, I mean, I'm not going. You said we was leaving you told me to be ready at 7:30. And it's 9 o'clock and I ain't heard from your ass. I ain't going no goddamn where. Well, I done drove all the way out here. That's your fault. That's
your fault.
Now, he might think I'm a
bitch. Yep.
He might think I'm a bitch, but the reality is, you don't respect my fucking time. I don't respect your fucking gas. Fuck you. Keep it pushing. You can sit out there till the sun come up. Yeah, I'll be her.
I'll be that bitch.
You can
Call
be that
me
bitch,
miss.
and I'll be
Make
that
sure you put
motherfucker
miss
that
in
left
front
your
of
ass sitting outside in your car.
Definitely. 2 hours? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but with no call.
But
there are people who will do that, and then there will be people who will still traipse their ass out the house and go get in the car and go somewhere with him. But what you did was you just set a precedent that shit was okay.
And said it was okay.
Again, I don't reward bad behavior. Whether I'm in dating, in a relationship, engaged or married, I don't reward bad behavior on no level. It is not your job to reward bad behavior on any level. On any level.
Exactly. On any level. It is not your job to, as we just mentioned before, place your old baggage on this new relationship in any stage of it. Dating, girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, marriage. What happened to you before doesn't mean that this person right here is going to do it again. So it is not your job to put that baggage on this new person, be it man, woman, either side. Don't do it.
Well, here's the thing. If you got a crystal ball and you know this motherfucker gonna disappoint you, stop fucking with him now and save yourself the trouble. But don't keep him on the hook, get all involved, and then be like, I knew your ass was gonna do it. If you did, why the fuck can you fuck with me? That makes sense.
That's retarded.
People do it all the time. I got something. It's not your job. Somebody who you dating. I'm gonna say this. Not my job, dude. If you get hair bumps because you shave, I am not picking your hair bumps, and I'm dating you. No, I don't have to be. I'll do it if we're in a relationship or you my fiance or my husband. I'm not pulling your little straight hairs out your damn thing. I'm not doing it.
No.
Not my job. You need to go get a barber or a facial or something. That's not my job. Not gonna do it.
Is it ever anybody's job, or do you ever get close enough where You could come in the bathroom while I'm using the bathroom.
Peeing, yes. Shitting, no.
Is there a difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I need my own space when I'm shitting. I need to be able to think. I need to be able to unwind. Peeing don't take that long. If I'm going number 2, I need my moment.
I don't want you in there on either one. Can there still be a little mystery in the relationship? I'm in the bathroom.
It's just peeing. I mean, to me, that part doesn't bother me.
What's mysterious? What's mysterious? I know you shit. You know I shit. I mean, you know I pee. I know you pee. What's so mysterious about that?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay, we both know we release the bodily fluids, but do you have to be here when I do it? I don't
care about peeing. Like I said, I don't care about peeing. Number 2, changing tampons, shit like that. No, go somewhere else.
Right.
You can't be in here for that. No.
That's true.
Nope.
Because I've had him come to the bathroom to pee, like if I'm in the shower or something, he had to pee or whatever. I don't care about that, or different stuff like that. That's different. But if I'm taking a poop or whatever, just like he doesn't like for people to talk to him through the door while he's taking a dump. And I don't care for that either.
I don't like that either.
That's stupid. Right. Let me go by myself because I went in there by myself for a reason. You might as well be in there.
Right. I used to have a boyfriend, and that was the only time I would try to strike up a conversation. We sitting in the living room watching TV. He ain't trying to hear. But the minute I get ready to go use the bathroom, he ready to talk.
Yeah.
Now, somebody explain to me, what the hell was that?
Maybe he has some type of fetish you ain't know about.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. It's not unheard of. Let me give you some more stuff that's not your job. Girls, ladies, all that other shit. It is not your job to polish his knob on a regular basis if you're not his woman. Meaning you're not his girl, his exclusive partner, his fiance, or definitely not if you did. Now, if you just want to give him a favor, you feeling generous, and you want to do that if you're dating, but it's not your responsibility. It's not your job.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa.
No BJ's on the regular if we not exclusive. Shit, no BJ's on the regular.
You lucky if you get one. Nah, you lucky if you get one if we not exclusive.
Oh my God.
Right.
If I ain't, you know what I mean? If we not like that, I just pull my damn mic out.
Okay, that's not okay.
Yeah, we not like that. It ain't going down like that.
Exactly.
That's just the way that's just me.
Now,
is it this is for the fellas, y'all. Is it ever a man's job, or which level does it become a man's job that he could pay her bills?
Married?
Yeah, it becomes his job when you're married. But I mean, if he offer at any other level, it's up to me on whether or not I accept.
So as a woman, you shouldn't expect him unless you marry. The expectation shouldn't be unless you marry.
I mean, I don't think you should expect it at all. I think it should be something that's a conversation. I wouldn't say, okay, we married now, so it's your responsibility to pay all my bills. I don't think that's the way it should go down. It should be a conversation.
Right.
We're married. These are our bills. This is what we have to do.
I agree.
I'll continue to take care of this, and you're taking care of that. We'll have a conversation, but I'm not going to just assume, okay, we married now, so you take care of everything else. That's irresponsible and ignorant to just assume he going to just take over because he can. What the fuck that's supposed to mean? No. That's taking advantage. I wouldn't say.
Well, I'm just saying there are some women out here, if they dating a dude, they will ask him to pay her fucking light bill or her car note and get upset that it's, he trying to get at me. That's the least he could do. Like, no, bitch, no.
What I look like up
now, nobody said you couldn't ask.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Right. Nobody said you
ask
couldn't
yourself
ask,
right out of
but,
her husband, too.
Y'all can't talk over each other.
Job to get mad if he say no.
Yeah, but you asking yourself right out of a relationship for a husband, and we on date number 4. You know what? My
Maybe
life
she
bill
don't
is
care.
due.
Maybe she just want her light bill.
Right. True.
She probably could care fucking less.
Okay, well, that shallow heifer can do what she wants to, but no, it should not be an assumption.
Okay. All right. What else, Sporty?
I don't think in any stage of any of them that you should enter into these relationships, marriages, fiance, whatever, trying to change them to what you think they should be and mold them into your graven image, as you would say.
Amen.
They are who they are before you marry them. Don't expect them to change to what you think they should be because they said, I do. If he was a slob before he married you, he's going to be a slob after the marriage. If he was a hoe before he married you, he's going to be a hoe after the marriage. Get the book.
Hallelujah.
I'm just saying.
Say it again, girl.
Get the damn book.
People don't get it. You cannot. You know, here's the thing. Somebody said before, I can't remember who used this quote. Women get married hoping to change a man, and men get married hoping that she won't change.
Makes sense to me.
So if his
I can see
expectation is that you won't change, don't fucking change and turn into his mama or Naggy McNaggerson. If your expectation is that he will change, he's not that guy for you. Don't marry him because apparently you want someone else. I told an ex that before. He's a homebody. I'm a social butterfly. He want me to sit up under his arms all the goddamn time. I ain't trying to do that. I'm like, no. Well, you should have done. No. You want another bitch. That's not me. She might look like me. She might sound like me. But it ain't me.
It ain't.
I don't like the fact that you got so many male friends. Well, when you met me, I had male friends.
Thank you.
So I'm just supposed to say, fuck my friends, because I got a dude now. No.
Right.
If you want somebody who don't have male friends, then go meet somebody that don't have male friends and date them. But don't try to make me that person, because I'm not. Don't try to clip my wings. Sister can't fly with one wing.
It's not okay to do it.
Sister can't fly with just one wing. And I don't want to be grounded with your ass. Give me something to come home to. I don't want to come home. It is never your job, dude, to be a fucking nag. That bitch assness, that you not, I don't like that. Why you gotta hang out with her? I can't stand that bitch. Well, then you don't hang out with her. I like
you. Exactly.
We know not to. Thank you for letting me know, because next time we go out, we won't invite your monk ass. That's all. I'm just saying. This the way I see it. You know?
It is. But yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier when we said, you know,
But according to KiKi,
how, you know, you don't get rid of your friends and hobbies and things that you do and love just because you're in this relationship. You know, the rest of your life doesn't end because you're involved with somebody else. That's retarded. That is absolutely
people expect that.
as hell.
You don't. It is not your job. Oh, here's the thing. Oh. You touched on this earlier.
Okay.
It is not your job, under any circumstance, to change the terms of your relationship, and they don't know. The other person don't know. And what I mean by that is there are a lot of you people, women, who will get in a relationship with a dude. What?
the secret women up under there. Keep going.
That was cute. Go ahead.
There are a lot of people who will get into these relationships and think because you've gone from one step to the next that the terms of your relationship change. For example, and guys do this too. You were engaged but now you married, and you think now certain other things are supposed to change. The only thing really that changes is your last name and the fact that you are legally bound to this person, and there are some legal ramifications that come with this. The reality is that whatever relationship that you built during the time that you were, excuse me, dating, in an exclusive relationship and got married, that was the foundation, and got engaged. That's the foundation by which your marriage was built. It doesn't change the terms, because the main ingredients, trust, communication, honesty, all that stuff is still the same. Don't go changing shit around because you got these expectations based on some fucking fairy tale somebody done put in your head about what marriage is supposed to be, and he don't know. So now he married to you, and you done flipped the script on his ass, and he don't know. Or vice versa. Because you thinking, oh, you married, now you got to stay in the house. No, nigga.
What?
What?
Right.
You a married woman now. You don't need to hang out with your single friends. What?
Stop it. You a married woman now. You can't wear that dress above your knees. Go somewhere.
I'm telling you, it is not your job to change the shit without consulting other people involved. Because if you'd have said that shit to me, I'd have never said I do.
It would not happen.
Same thing to my ex. Like, dude, if I'd have known what I know now, I would have never talked to your ass at that New Year's Eve party that I had never been talking to your ass at 50 years before that.
See?
It's a good thing. We're good friends now. The funny thing is, we literally had a text exchange. His birthday was it was 2 days after Cousin Chan. And we had this whole text exchange, and I'm like, okay, Sporty knows, she met him. And we had this whole text exchange, and he brought up something from our past. And I'm like, it's amazing your recollection of the series of events and my recollection of series. Well, you don't ever remember shit. No, I remember some shit. Now, there's some shit I ain't gonna ever forget, nigga. You made this shit memorable, right? So, not too many people can say, yeah, this happened, and I'm still friends with this mofo. So, trust me, I ain't forgot, right? So, it's just amazing to me how he flipped the script. He literally flipped the script on me. Flipped it. I'm sure there were signs, and in retrospect, I see the signs, but in the time, I didn't see the signs.
How was you supposed to see the signs in that nasty friend?
You said what?
That's just,
Yeah, man. I couldn't, like I told y'all, I had a friend that I knew through him. That we knew independent of each other. That's how I met him, through this friend. So it's kind of like, Sporty, you got a friend, I got a friend. Well, no, because we wouldn't be dating. So that's say me and you friend, me and your dude friend. Mm-hmm. You my girl, you my homegirl. You meet your boyfriend through me, and then when y'all become a couple, you tell him he can't kiss me on the cheek no more because it's disrespectful to you. Mm-hmm. That's just disrespectful.
That's just insecure and stupid.
It's like, what?
Right.
I was kissing him on the cheek before I met you.
Long before.
That's how it goes down, y'all.
That is just retarded as hell. People just, and they come up with the dumbest reasons for saying stuff like that. That's just retarded. That's your friend. Quit playing. Oh my God. Ugh.
So,
I got one.
Uh-oh. The voice of God.
I got one. It's a short one. It is not your job, ever in life, to fuck with Chandra Alexander. Period. Point blank. It's not your job to fucking be fucking with me. ever. And I want everybody to understand that shit. It is not your job to point and fuck with Chandra. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
What?
She said,
It's
Merry
not your
Christmas.
job to what?
Don't fuck
I
with
can't
Chandra.
point at you.
She don't want people messing with her. Leave her be.
Girl,
Don't do that.
bye.
Don't mess with her.
You cannot poke at the bear and be mad what happens after you poke at the bear. That's what I'm saying. It's not your job to fuck with Chandra. That's it.
And it ain't your job to drink with your ass.
It's not your job to feed the animals. Don't feed the animals. On that note, I think it's about time that we go ahead and wrap this thing up like you guys are wrapping up your nice little Christmas gifts. I hope you didn't send yourself into bankruptcy buying shit that you didn't need, and for people who ain't going to appreciate it. But if you did, too bad, so sad. At least you got a free show to listen to on Wednesday nights. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for sitting in with us on this Christmas Eve. I hope we were able to edutain you just a little bit throughout your evening. Any final words for this funky angel?
I just want to wish all of our awesome listeners a very, very happy holiday. And thank you for tuning in with us. And we'll be right here with you to kick off your new year.
All right. What about you, number 3, the incredible invisible intern?
I just want to wish everybody a happy holidays. Don't eat too much. And like KiKi said, don't go broke trying to, because it's not your job to buy the love. It's not your job. Don't do it. You can't buy love. Money can't do it. Happy holidays.
It can buy a strong like.
For real.
I agree with
All
that.
right, guys. I just want to say to each and every one of you, another Christmas we have spent together, and I thank you and appreciate it. It's happy holidays to you guys. And y'all think we're gonna take the day off next week for New Year's Eve? No, if you want to bring in your New Year with us, you absolutely can, because guess what? We go live from 10 p.m. Well, we'll be on from 10 p.m. to midnight. So as soon as it's midnight on the East Coast, guess what? You can say Happy New Year. So thank you so much. Remember, what is not your job and what is your job? And always remember, whether you're in a relationship with her or not, don't fuck with Chandra. Don't drink with Chandra. Just leave the damn bear alone.
Don't point at her like she said.
You have been warned. On that note, on behalf of Cousin Chan, our producer, Sporty Spunky Angel, our incredible invisible intern number 3, and myself, the consummate provocateur, Miss KiKi, thank you so much for joining us. Happy holidays, and we'll see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Until then, if there's anything they need to know or want to know about us, what do they need to do?
Google us.
Google us, bitches.
That's right. Google us, bitches. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I'm ready to have a Christmas KiKi. Y'all ready to have a Christmas KiKi?
Yes, let's do this.
Let's have a KiKi.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Good night.
Let's have a KiKi.